Good evening. I am Stewart, and I'm here with Muhammad Guy. Today, we'll be talking about his cultural background, him being Mr. ASU, and things of that nature. Muhammad, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. How you been?
Nice to see you, bro. Nice to have you here.
Yes.
So first, I want to talk about the pageant, bro, which happened, a couple weeks ago. Tell me, how did that feel for you? I know that was a dream come true. Can you let them know how that felt? The things that you experienced going into the pageant. You had to showcase some talents I didn't even know you had. But
I didn't know I had them.
Tell me about that.
The pageant, it was an interesting experience. I'd say it was definitely an eye opener. I realized a lot of things about myself that I didn't know at first.
That's right.
I got more comfortable speaking wise in front of a larger crowd, so that definitely helped me, especially being in this new position.
Mm-hmm.
But I was nervous the entire pageant. Like, I don't know why. I was nervous.
That's real. So now I want to ask you questions about your cultural background. As we know, you grew up in Singaul.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask, can you share a bit of your cultural background and what about it influenced your perspective on life and work?
So my cultural background, I'm from Senegal. That's country, it's the westernmost country in Africa. My cultural background, it shaped my experience here because coming here, I was still just like a little African kid.
Yeah.
But knowing my morals and knowing like the respect that you're supposed to have for others and the respect that you're supposed to have for yourself, that carried me a long way into just being here now. So, I thank my culture for that.
That's real. What are like some important practices and traditions that you have within your culture that you find particularly meaningful and important to you?
I'd say religious-wise, we're a pretty religious country. We're mostly Islamic country. And so with that, it'd be certain periods of the year where you do extra heavy giving back or more community service or just helping anybody out that you can to get those blessings. So I'd say the biggest thing in my culture would be religion and service. Honestly, yeah.
That's real. I know that me and you just kind of finished Ramadan, but that was a very particularly different side of you that I've seen, leading prayers and things like that.
Yeah.
Definitely gave me a lot of respect for you. So I know after Ramadan, y'all celebrate. Can you tell me about, certain significant holidays and things like that?
So the most significant holiday we have is Eid.
Mm-hmm.
So that's after Ramadan.
Mm-hmm. And
then we have another Eid too to follow probably like 2 or 3 months afterwards.
Right.
But that first Eid is basically just celebrate, okay, I just got done fasting, I feel cleansed, I feel pure. The second Eid is to just celebrate the Lord itself. So that's a holiday where we all dress up. All the Muslims, they go to the mosque, they pray. Afterwards, it's like a big feast.
Yeah.
Like everybody gonna eat good, everybody gonna be fresh.
Right.
The uncles and aunties, they're gonna be handing out money. Like you just eating good the whole day. Just being around people.
Can you tell me about a memorable childhood experience? And what does it mean to you?
Memorable childhood experience here or overseas?
Overseas. Let's talk. We start with
Overseas?
Senegal.
Memorable childhood experience. School.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, we used to have to walk to school every day. So my big brother didn't walk me. We'd have like this little group. It was like me and like 8 other kids. We walked. That was like a 40-minute walk too. Like we used to walk. And so I remember at school, I was bad, so I used to get in trouble all the time. And it's this punishment they give you in school. It's called bump it. So that means you grab both your ears like this, and you gotta squat all the way down, and your butt gotta hit the ground. You gotta do that 100 times in front of the whole class.
What? It's called bump it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's embarrassing.
It sounds complicated.
It is. It's a workout.
Man. Tell me about some common misconceptions that people have about your culture, and how do you clarify those things when people bring them up?
So you go based off the regular stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
No food, no clothes, no water, no nothing, no education.
Yeah.
But then it's like when you get there, you see that everything that most people get twisted. You looking at them like, oh yeah, you're actually crazy. Like you have money. A standard house here is about what? 4 or 5 bedrooms.
Yeah.
Standard house over there is about 7, 8, 12.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we have everything that y'all have, probably more, but it's just certain parts of Africa where it's like, you're gonna go through it. But it's not all of Africa.
Yeah.
And that's what people get twisted.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like the parts that they do show on, TV and things like that. I mean, just like America, we have bad parts and we have parts that ain't worth much.
Right.
But I'm, sure that it's more than, that, and, what you confirmed it.
Yeah.
Very much so. Tell me about some traditional dishes or food that you had in your culture And how do you still indulge in those things now due to the fact that you are in America?
So my mom, she's still very cultural. She don't like eating outside. Like she rather cook, and she don't really cook like American foods either. Like she cook traditional foods. So most of our foods consist of, I say, rice, some type of protein. So it'd be anywhere between like lamb, goat, sheep, like chicken, anywhere with that. It'll come with a stew, vegetables like cabbage, carrots, potatoes, things of that nature. Let me see. We also have like desserts that we fry. Like you ever had, beignets?
Yeah.
Real big on beignets. It's these little wraps. They so good. They be like an egg roll, really. I'm going through them. But yeah, we got a lot of traditional stuff.
Yeah.
But most of our stuff is rice and protein.
That's real. What are some values and principles that you learned from your culture that you still prioritize in your life right now?
Values and principles. I basically keeping your faith in God and keeping having the utmost respect for yourself, and definitely having respect for your older ones, because you don't never know who you can run into. Just basically carrying yourself as you would, even with no integrity. Integrity is the biggest thing, especially like in my household. My pops, he'll preach to us every day, like, don't be trying to do good in front of me or somebody that can help you. Like, you need to do good outside of it. So don't just be putting on the show. Like, be a good person in real life. And I take that into heed, and I still follow the same thing to this day.
That's real. What are some cultural norms and expectations that you navigate through life when you encounter people from different cultures? I would say more so, what were some things as you spoke on that the standard that you might set yourself for living in Singaul? How was that different coming to meeting people in America that live by a totally different standard?
At first it was weird, because when we got down here, we were like, man, everybody's just rude and like just weird. But then it's like, when you start realizing that everybody has a different background, so the kid who might be sitting here talking about you don't have no clothes in Africa might be the same kid who goes home and don't have nothing to eat, but you think he do. But he's sitting here taking his anger out on you because y'all both basically in like the same predicament. So I had to really sit back and just look at certain people a certain way, but then actually get to know them, because I can't just judge you based off of first encounter or first experience. So that made me look at America a little different. But as you get to know more people, like, you really start to see, okay, you cool, you just a little off. Oh, we off?
Yeah. Well, to conclude the interview, I would want you to share a story that shows the significance of family and culture. Within, like,
a personal story?
Personal story.
Coming to America, we was supposed to miss our flight. We had like it was like a night morning flight. It was like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And so the power had went off in the whole city. We wasn't even supposed to get on. Driver canceled on us. This was crazy. Yeah, driver canceled on us. We got a whole bunch of luggage. We don't even know what's going on. The plane was finna take off. Craziest thing ever. The pilot was our uncle, and we didn't know. Like, my dad just had a feeling. He was like, bro, who's flying out there? And he made that call, and my uncle's phone was silent. He was like, oh yeah, y'all, we're not going nowhere. And I was like, we turned. Why we turned? So that just really goes to show, like, my family, we don't leave each other for nothing. And so that's how I move now. Like, even if you aren't like my immediate family, like, if you somebody I consider being close to me, or just like being one with me, I wouldn't leave you. We just both gonna have to miss out.
That's right. Well, you guys heard it first from Mo. Thank you all for listening. Bro, thank you for coming out.
Show me.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
We out.